All right, we're back for another atomic sort of effect that Petra uh, does, and I'll link her video in here. Um, this is my, I don't know how many attempts, but I'll show you my evolution. So this is when I finally started liking what I was getting. And this is when I finally really liked what I was getting. So my goal is to recreate this different colors because I want to use my sushi roll. So I mixed up 12 ounces of ultra clear Art and Craft Epoxy, very heavy viscosity resin. And I recommend that you only try this with a heavy viscosity resin if you follow what I'm doing. So I divided it amongst these cups. I just did the best I could dividing it amongst the cups. In my first cup, I put 4 drops of Octopus Fluids Resin Ink Espresso. I didn't want it to be too heavy of a brown. In my next cup, I put 6 drops of the Sigwong epoxy resin colorant orange. It came out a little too heavy. So I added 4 drops of this alcohol ink. It came out very opaque and heavy. So I wanted to counter that with the alcohol ink, and I hope I did it enough to lighten it just a bit. Then the only pearl I have is this purple from Ranger Inks. So I put 4 drops of this and 4 drops of blue violet. This again is Sigwong. It's an epoxy resin colorant. And this is what I got from that. And then for my Etta Arts drops, today I used a berry. I put 4 drops in. I hope that's not too much. That's what the berry looks like. And I picked these colors because all for one reason, and that's because I wanted to use the Eye Candy Sushi Roll as the mica powder in this. And you've probably seen it in some of my other projects. It's just a beautiful color. Just love it. Just love the effect it has when it comes out. In this cup, I put 20 drops of Cast and Craft Opaque Pigment Concentrate. What I learned from the first one is I was making my white too light, so now I go for a heavier white. And the other thing I forgot, before I poured it in any of my cups, I poured my push cup because I always forget the push. Someone asked me in one of my videos, I think it was yesterday, Nicole had a push, but I didn't do a push, and it's simply because I forgot to do pushes. So you'll notice in a lot of my videos, I don't do pushes, and it's just a me thing. As long as it works out, I don't really care about the final push. This one, you have to have a final push, so I pour it separately to remember. I'm getting a little bit older. I need to do things like that. All right, so let me get my sticks out of my cups so that they're easier to pour. So basically we do a dirty pour now. And I have my separate cup. Oh, let's start with the brownish color. I'll do a little orange. When I start this, I'm like, oh, little bit, little bit, little bit. As I get towards the end, I'm like, dump it all in. Almost out. One more go around, hopefully. I didn't save my sticks to scrape the cups, but it's hard to scrape it and hold this cup on its side, so it is what it is. Let's do. do whatever you want with this. My first one, I didn't do a dirty pour. I just poured all the colors in. But it really does create a pretty cool effect doing it this way. The resin is thick. That's why it takes so much time to come out of these cups. That's okay. All right. So now let me pull this a little over here. And I'm just trying to pour this around the edge. You can, I don't know how close you are to be able to see this, but my orange is much heavier. I'm a little concerned about that. Got those in. Now, the next step is the drops. Just pushing them to the side a little bit. I'm gonna drizzle everywhere. All right, and the next is the mica powder. And I try to do this in the middle of the berry that I just put down, or close to the edge, not quite the middle. I think I must have poured a little less of this. My amounts weren't perfect. I don't think it'll make a big impact on the pour though. All right, now our white. All right, and this just goes right next to the mica powder. All right. And then the push. I'm going to stand up so I can see the center. I'm going to make sure I get all of the push in. And then Petra hit hers with a shot of heat. All right, so I pulled out a bunch of different bits because I didn't know what kind of color we would see. And I'm sort of not really sure what to do. You know, I think the berry, if it pulls, let me see what else I've got. I'm a little worried that it'll pull more berry. All right. These, I don't know. Should we just go something simple? Since I'm so unsure. Silver and gold. This is a tough one. I haven't landed on one I really like yet. What are you guys thinking? Do you see one I should be going with? All right, 2 more and then we'll decide. I really have too many. I have these crushed like mirror pieces. I have these orangey ones. I'm kind of leaning orange. I think that's out. Too many colors. Too purple. Gold, maybe. These Aurora ones I do kind of like. But I don't know that we're going to pull enough of that. I think silver's out. We're going orange. I got this huge thing of them for my pumpkins I've been doing. All right, now we just have to try to find the center. And we'll just give them a little bit of a shove down. And that's it. Now we just wait. And fingers crossed, it worked out again for me. I'm really hoping so. I think these might be cool colors. We'll see. We'll be back. All right, we're back. I think all that talk about pushes, and I think my push was too big because look, I'm going to have some center open there. That's all right. It's still a little soft, but I'm dying to know whether my mica powder came through or not. So we'll see. It might be a little sticky still. I'm rushing it too much. All right, let's just flip it and see. Oh, that came out pretty cool. The mica powder, I don't know, had a big effect. But I do like it. I wish the center had a center on it, but flat. It doesn't look bad. I think it came out pretty good. Maybe I can see the mica powder. Maybe if I had put it in heavier, maybe. But I really like the way the edge goes on these. It's not a crackle. I'm not sure what you would call it, but it's really cool. All right, that's it. I'm going to stop talking about it now.